Welcome to the More For Me podcast by yours truly, Kat Nicole. Thank you for tuning in today. Whether you're joining via YouTube or your favorite podcast platform, it is a privilege to have you here with me. Well, what up, homie? How you guys doing? How was the week? I hope that things are going well and that if they're not, that you are hopeful and having faith that the tide will change and things will get better, because they definitely will. Hang in there. We are on episode number 15. Can you believe it? Man, like one day I'm going to say we're on episode 100. Like, whoa, that's a lot of weeks from now, but it's going to happen and that's going to be pretty cool. It's funny because my son, he likes to listen to podcasts now. So when we're riding in the car, I play podcasts sometimes music. But what he'll ask is, what number episode is this for the person? And so it's pretty cool that like we listen to the Model Health Show by Sean Stevenson. And I'm like, he's in the 400s. And he's like, wow. And then Crystal Evans Hurst or Don't Mom Alone, like they're in the 200s, 300s. And he thinks it's really cool. And so he's like, what episode are you on, mommy? And what episode is Daddy on? So it's pretty exciting for him to get into it. And he likes to listen to them as well. My daughter, 3 years old, not so much. Sometimes when we're listening to their dad's podcast, she'll be like, Daddy, just because she hears his voice. But then she kind of tunes out because she's 3. And so that's all fair. But just exciting to be at episode number 15, still hanging in here, coming before you every Tuesday. I appreciate you for joining me along this journey, and I am happy to accompany you on your journey. But if this is your first time listening to the More For Me podcast, welcome. It's so good to have you. I'm excited that you're here, and I'm hoping that you enjoy the episode. Go back and listen to the ones previously. There are 14 more you can check out. But if this isn't your first episode, welcome back. Glad to have you, and you're amongst good company. So, what shall we talk about today? There's always something at hand to discuss. And I was looking at the calendar, and I'm like, man, time is flying. But one thing's for sure for us, like generally after Halloween, time just flies. And I think it's like this for most people. Fourth quarter moves pretty smoothly. You first have Halloween, but now, from a commercial standpoint, they start putting Halloween decorations out in stores. And then we're at the point now where they probably are also putting out the Christmas decorations at that time. So retail will give you this sense that everything is right upon you in general. But I don't mean like that. I mean, just like after Halloween, you look up, have a couple of little single day holidays, but then Thanksgiving's here. Then you turn around and Christmas is here. You get this long break, then it's New Year's, and you're just rolling. And really, it's the time off that you get from school and from work, where you get to kind of relax, slow down, maybe that's your story, but time just seems to move so fast. And so I wanted to take a moment and say, before we really get into the snowball, because Thanksgiving is almost upon us for 2020. And, you had some people who are like, I can't wait till 2020 is over. Well, keep on blinking and it will be just that, because we're already well into November, mid-November at that. But I wanted to take some time today to kind of talk about the holidays. Like, it's been a heck of a year, 2020 has. And I'll say again, for me, the year hasn't been so bad in the sense of where some people, their perspective or their experiences for the year 2020 have led them. It's been a year of growth and opportunities for me to get stronger, better, become wiser, and to do better. But with all that, like, what is it going to look like for the holidays? We are still in a pandemic. Like, things are fluctuating, but it's not looking better, if you will. There's talk about things kind of slowing back down or shutting back down. But in general, holiday season, the fourth quarter of the year, is a time where you, whether by force or because you want it, you get time away from work, time away from school, and it's an opportunity to celebrate. You'll be presented with opportunities to share with others, to share memories, to create new memories, to laugh, to love, to have fun, to do whatever you do, whether that's going ice skating or snow sledding, if you live in those type of climates, or whether or not it's additional time at the beach because it's sunny. It's like, 80 degrees here today in Cali, so there's no long johns today. No layers necessary, which is a beautiful day. But there are different traditions you may have, going to cut down your Christmas tree and decorating the house, and there are just tons of things that you can do, and there tends to be a lot of time to do those things. Now, I don't want to I don't want to pretend like the holidays are a good time for everybody. Sometimes there's a general sense for people where they may get sad, they may be lonely, they may get depressed because the holidays aren't such a great time for them. It brings about bad memories or makes them miss people that they've lost in their lives. And so there are some challenges that come with the holidays in general. But I think that this year, the holidays may be a challenge for all of us because it's not going to be like we've had in the past, or you have some people who had 2020 COVID weddings and secretly got married or had small intimate ceremonies. But like you think about family and traditions you're setting and so on. But some of those thoughts that you have for yourself, they might be changing just because of the pandemic and the season that we're in. And so things are going to look a little different this holiday. And I figured it'd be a great chance for us just to calibrate and say, what do the holidays generally look like for us, and what can they look like in this season? So not focusing on what we had and what we wish it could be, but we have something in front of us and it is what it is. And we're going to make the best of what is here. So with that, for Thanksgiving, my husband and I, we started spending Thanksgivings together, I think in 2009 was our first Thanksgiving that we spent together, and we went to London. Trying to get a Thanksgiving meal in London. That was pretty interesting and not delicious, but at least not for me. But we started spending Thanksgivings together then, and that was the year before we got married, because we got married in 2010. And our idea was just literally, hey, we don't want to get our families used to us always being available and basically doing what they tell us to or what they want us to do, and trying to figure out which part of the country we're going to be in, because his parents were still in Maryland, my folks were in Michigan, and having to hop all around the country. Like, we didn't really want any parts of that. So we're like, hey, we're just going to do our own Thanksgiving. Ultimately, once we got married, then we decided, hey, we're going to do our own Christmas. We're going to be where we are, which is more than likely going to be our home if we're not traveling. And that was just kind of building the notion and the expectation for our families that if and when we have children, our goal is not to run them around the country to see you guys, but we'll be at our home and we'll open it. And if you want to come visit us, you can. And so those were some things that we started early on in terms of establishing our own Team Thompson traditions. We used to do a live Christmas tree. The little ones came. We had to go to a fake tree because, toddlers do whatever. And so we were a little nervous. And by we, I really mean me. I was scared what would happen. And so we kind of shied away from real trees, but hoping to resume that in the near future. But only once French realizes that we're not putting it on top of my vehicle, will we be able to get a real tree. But that part aside, so like decorating the house, sharing, we play a lot of music, especially around Thanksgiving. We basically start playing Christmas music in the house. We get the tunes going, a variety. French will throw something on the record player, but he also play some stuff off of CDs that we have, and of course Tidal and your different streaming platforms and things like that. But you'll get some traditional chestnuts roasting on an open fire, but then you'll also get what's the name of that song? This Christmas. So some classics from all sorts of genres, and we really get in there and enjoy fireside. We don't have a real fireplace, but we'll still turn on the fireplace, gas and all, and kind of sit there and enjoy like hot chocolate, warm cocoa, different things like that. So there are those type of things that we've gotten into that we really enjoy, going around looking at people's decorations. But for the most part, being away from family, we tend to connect with one of our friend families that live locally. Shout out to the Williams family. We've done a couple Thanksgivings with them, and just breaking bread together, our families coming together and loving on each other. Just good time, laughs, and blah, 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 all that jazz. So that's some of the things that we have done. So for us, it's not going to look that different because we still don't live close to family, except for now, just 3 months in the game in California, we don't necessarily have family, friends that are close to us now where we would share the holiday with them, nor do we know will we be willing to or able to do that with the pandemic. So it's going to look the same for us. We won't get a live tree this year, but we'll put up our decorations starting the week of Thanksgiving. The kids really like helping with that. Our goal will be to minimize the number of bulbs that they drop, because they actually are able to put their own decorations on the tree and really help out and get involved in it. But then we plan on spending a lot of time together. I've changed my dietary guidelines a bit, so I don't know what I'll be eating for Thanksgiving, but it doesn't seem like it'll be different from whatever I've been eating on a day-to-day. One thing though that we will be doing this year is I actually want to try some recipes. So I think we will actually spend, and not necessarily only during the week of Thanksgiving, but during the break, because the kids have like 101 days off in the next 30. So we'll actually be spending some time trying new recipes. So we saw something about like cranberries and how they're made, and little French was really excited. So we are going to try to make our own cranberry sauce, because they had a little nugget about that as well. So I mean, not that we really need tons of it, but just something fun to do. They can get their hands in there and we can see how it tastes. Like, how does it work out? But then I have been trying to shake sugar, like processed sugar and so on. So I have fruits in terms of having sugars, but I try not to eat anything at this point with added sugars. So I'm really thinking about, hey, because I used to bake, get grandma's pound cakes and stuff. And I'm like, I can't use all that sugar and butter. I can't even eat that. And I probably should stop feeding it to my family. But what recipes can I tweak, or find some recipes that still allow for us to enjoy, and like cookies and baking and things like that? They're just fun during the holiday time. So that's going to be a part of our like experimentation. So that's a little bit like, what are we going to be doing this holiday season? We still hope to be connecting with people, which again, this is something that we normally do, that we have to call our friends and our family via FaceTime and on the phone and so on. And we send them little videos and share back and forth. So we'll continue in that stuff to connect with people, and they get to see their grandparents and godparents and aunts and uncles and cousins, and create moments. We actually are planning to have a movie night with our family in South Carolina. Apparently Disney Plus, you guys can watch movies at the same time. So we are looking forward to having family movie night coming up here in a couple weeks. So just some different things to do, but to still engage and kind of break away from the normal, and not necessarily focus on the fact that we can't do what we want to be doing, which is hanging out with people close and personal without mask, and and just being free to roam about like you desire. That's not necessarily what's going to be happening this holiday season, but those are some things that Team Thompson is going to be doing. So I wonder, what are you going to be doing this holiday season? How can you ensure that your holiday season is just as happy and merry as it can be, given the things that you have at hand? And so here are just a few things that, as we roll into the holiday season, I want to encourage everybody to think about doing or implementing in their life to make sure that this holiday season is a good one. All right. So the first thing I want to say is that we should all make sure that we look for opportunities to appreciate and or be thankful. We are facing a lot, but having an attitude of gratitude, if you will, and being positive, having a positive perspective and outlook on things is so helpful to how you show up to a day and how you're able to get through a day, a week, and life in general. So I really want to encourage everybody to be positive, to be optimistic, and look for the silver lining in the cloud of doubt, if you will. Second thing is to check out the resources that are available to you in your community. Right? And because of technology, your community can probably, your community does extend beyond those closest to you, right? We still attend church in Bedford, Texas, Freedom Church all day. That's our community, even though we've moved to California. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of the communities that are available to you. Reach out to friends and family via technology, Zoom, Google Meet, FaceTime, was it Duo, or I don't know what Androids have, but they have something else where you can connect with people. WhatsApp, you have all these things where you can try to connect with people. I am certain that there will be churches and other organizations that are making it very public and well known that they'll have people available for you to talk to pray with, whether it's a crisis line and or just a place to connect and touch and build community and not be alone or feel alone in this season. So make sure you ask the Googles. He's one of the homies. That's technically my sixth homie is Google. But ask the Google what's going on. You can ask a friend, look on social media. You can send me a message. Let me know where you are. I am Kat Nicole on Instagram, and I'll do my best to identify that resource for you and point you in the right direction, because it's definitely available, and sometimes it might take a little digging or looking, but I know that there are going to be people available for you to connect to and with, whether or not that's family or friends or just someone who loves and cares and still wants to connect with you. So do just that. 3, slow down, take a break, rest. I kind of consider those all the same thing. It's like, well, that was 3, 4, 5. No, it was just 3. Like, you got to slow down, take a break, rest. You end up having the opportunity, even if your job only gives you like a day or 2 off of work, that's still an opportunity to slow down, take a break, rest. Break, Sabbath, like break from the regular work. Don't just go. I am really learning in this season that we all have to slow down. So make sure during this holiday season that it's not just rapid fire, go, but that you slow down, take a break and rest. Enjoy the journey. Look around and enjoy what's happening around you. And the fact that you can even take that break, whether it's 1 day, 2 days, or again, the 101 days that my kids have off of school, take that time to rest and take a break. Now, the last thing I'm going to give you, I kind of feel like I should make it 5, but no, I just have 4 today. The 4th thing and the last thing that I want to share with you today is try something new. Try something new. It's not going to hurt you to try something new. I'm going to try to make some cranberry sauce. I don't even want any dressing, but I'm sure going to try to make this cranberry sauce because I think it's going to be pretty exciting to, one, find the whole cranberries available. They are always available during this time of the season, not necessarily as easy to find in March. So it's available. It's something that I can do with the entire family, and we can have fun trying something new. But try something that may be outside of your comfort zone, something that you've never done before or that you heard about and you've been wanting to do for a while, and you give it a go. My mom started making these amazing blankets when she was off after she had foot surgery. She just tried something new, and it turns out she really likes it, and people really enjoy when she gives them these blankets because I sure use mine all the time. But make sure you try something new. It is definitely holiday season. The time is upon us. You may not want to hear the music playing on a loop. However, it's still that time of year, and we are going to make the best of it. So whatever it is that you and your family have planned for the holidays, ensure that it is a good one. It can be as happy and as merry as you make it. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today as we prepare to slow down, take it slow, and get some rest during this season, but also to enjoy, create new memories, and even share in memories that we had from the past. But remember that your positive outlook is going to be a huge part of that. So look forward, think positive, and enjoy the journey. Life is a process, and I'm glad to be here for it. If you like today's episode, please make sure you share it. I definitely want everyone who's checking this out to subscribe, turn on your notifications, but like, share, comment, rate, and if you could drop a review, that would be amazing as well. The way for other people to get connected to Kat Nicole, more for me, more for you, is for you to share, rate, review, and that helps people find out where we are and what we have going on here. So thanks, homies, for tuning in another day, and I can't wait to join you next week. Until then, remember, the God has more for me. He has more for you. Now let's get it. Take care.